She starts.
What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hutzler back at you, and we are bringing you fantasy news today. I'm here with my co-star who is here every single day, even though he's running daddy daycare over there. My man Bogard. What is up, bro?
Yeah, we might as well just make her like an anchor woman too, like also starring in the meatball. You know what I
mean? There we go. We know definitely get a spike in views. That's for sure.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just the everyday grind. We got some news to discuss. Some fun, and you know me. I know it's a terrible, terrible thing what happened to Chucky. But I'm gonna find some laughter in it.
Yeah. And I mean, that's where we're starting first. We try to start off with injuries and stuff, but Tuesdays is a little bit of a slower day. But if you were watching Monday Night Football, you heard all the news, how Jon Gruden officially resigned. And I think they only let him resign because if they fired him, they'd have to pay him. If he resigns, his contract's void. So I think that's the reason why they played it. I think that was a money thing. I don't think that was Gruden, being the nice guy. I think it was kind of to save face.
Supposedly there was like 650,000 emails that they sorted through just to see, to find all his different shit. I'm not saying he had over 500,000 emails, but that was the amount of emails they're sorting through. And they found all kind of shit with this fool. You know what I mean? And listen, you're a piece of shit, Chucky. You know what I mean? And you were all the rage in the 90s. And when you won that thing in the 2000s, you know what I'm saying? First of all, he should thank the Raiders because they traded his ass.
And real quick, Hector, he made it in. Let's bring him in here. Hector, he said what he said. Let's let him jump in on this.
Yeah.
Yo! I am here. I said what I said. It's Hector. It's breaking down the tape, and I love the fucking topic. I was a few minutes late. I lost track of time. I actually ran down the road to go grab some brews.
There you go. And Bogey, why don't you finish your thought here, and then we're going to let Hector get in here, and then I'm going to get in here too.
Hell yeah. Anyway, real plug. Hector, breaking down the tape. I said what I said. You guys already know who I am. But since you guys were talking about Jon Gruden, this is a great topic. Everybody's been up on this shit so far. I don't know how far and deep you guys got into it. But
go ahead.
We just started. Go for it.
Holy shit, man. One thing is first of all, people need to toughen up their skin. It's from 2011. I get it. It's from 2011. But the another thing is they were digging up dirt on Snyder from Washington football team. And it comes out that they get nothing on him, apparently, but they get everything on Jon Gruden. I'm not, and he's saying this to multiple higher up heads. Why aren't the higher up heads also on the chopping block?
Well, listen, it's okay to laugh at racist people's misery. That's the funny thing about the truth is it tends to come out. And as much as they want to act like they're good people in the public eye, behind closed doors and on these emails is how they really feel. So
yeah, but I want accountability to the people he was saying this to, because apparently they feel the same way too. Why is he the only one getting the fucking chop of the nuts?
Well, because
I think he's the
public
scapegoat.
The sacrificial lamb. He's the sacrificial lamb.
He's a scapegoat, and that's some bullshit. This Illuminati white privilege bullshit, rich people shit. You need to cut the fucking shit out. We see you. We see you.
The difference between Chucky and maybe the people that he was talking to, if it was the owners or some of these executives, I mean, it's the amount of money, just like you said it right there. It's real easy to get rid of Chucky. He's nobody in the NFL. There's 31 other coaches.
Let me reiterate that. He is nobody.
And I've also stated too, Gruden, they brought him back on this 10-year, 100 mil, whatever deal. But this is past his era. This is not his time to be a coach.
That's what I was saying.
The way that he coached and the way that back in the day you can speak and say some shit and people wouldn't be offended. It's just the way you talk. Then nowadays it just doesn't fit.
Chuck,
he wasn't gonna last.
He said what he said, and now he's gonna pay the piper. And what's crazy is there's supposedly there's even more, but like now they're not gonna release any more because they said every day they'll release more and more until the Raiders do something about it. And like,
well, ultimately,
they knew what kind of stuff he was saying. They didn't want it to get to that point.
Yeah. So ultimately, it came down to one factor.
Listen,
they wanted him to retire. They didn't wanted the Raiders to fire him. If you fire him, you still got to pay him the contract that he is due. They forced him to resign so that they couldn't pay him anything. They don't have to give him a dime.
And it's hopefully, I mean, there's no saving face after this to, going back to ESPN or any kind of shit like that. But as far as like saving face amongst like society, I feel like he's getting off light because they don't know everything. They're not going to release all the stuff that he said. But if it was that bad to where you're going to force someone, to resign, he said some bad shit.
Yeah. And there's a video out there. There's a video out there for those of y'all that want to check it out, where he's like I haven't seen the video, but supposedly he's saying some shit on this video. You know what I mean? But here's another thing. He sucks as a coach. He sucks as a human, as a leader. And I shout out to ESPN, bro, because that's where he had his home on Monday night. And I feel like the Raiders already knew what was coming. They let him coach.
Back up Bogart real quick.
And hold on. And they dropped the bomb on Monday night where he used to broadcast on ESPN. And I also want to add, the broadcasters they had calling the Monday night game are so whack, bro.
So to back up Bogart, this is even a more of a I guess a punch in the gut, because this guy has a track record behind him of players and coaches already coming out saying this is what we've seen of him. Then he wants to come and pull this persona of like, oh, I'm just a shit talker coach. Like I always just say what I say, but no, you don't say what you say, because you don't. When I say what I say, I mean what I say. So for him, I don't backtrack. I don't fucking backtrack. For him to backtrack, it's some shit.
Listen.
Now, hold on. One question. Okay, so we know there was some racist remarks. I mean, we don't know how big they got. They talked about something with like having lips like a tire, like something, whatever. That was stupid.
He said he got lips like Michelin tires. He said he got crazy lips, bro.
That's what it was. Listen, but do you think it was really? Hold on, real quick. I want you to tap in on this, Bogey. Do you think that it was really the racist comments, or was it really the anti, LGBTQ community that? Listen,
man, he's just checking all the boxes, bro. You check one of those boxes, you're done.
Okay, so
you can't lead a team. You can't lead this football team no more. One of them boxes, you could have checked half the box.
So I'm gonna say this.
The first email that came out. Hold on. The first email that came out was Friday, and then he had to apologize for it, right? And he thought, okay, cool. I might have got away with this thing. Then he goes out there and coaches, and I swear to God, the team didn't want to play for him, bro.
Yo, I love Zeb. This man is always about it.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, you could already tell. I mean, the way that they were looking, and Big BS, he said, are they going to get better or worse for Raiders football? I mean,
I think there's
no getting worse than last week. There's no getting worse.
Going to be better. My thing is if Gruden's gonna come out and people are gonna be like, oh, he's racist and this, and the thing is everybody's trying to trigger what is more offensive than the other. First of all, they're all offensive. They all suck.
Because even if they don't offend, even if his comments didn't offend you, not you, Hector, but everybody listening, they offended someone out there, and that's the point.
Exactly. And this is not the era where some of us lived at, where some of the comments that he made back in the day wouldn't like it's just how we talk. It's second nature. So I get him in that point that he's just talking within friends. But this is where I say this is where you fucked up. You're in the NFL. You're a coach. You're a figurehead. You are Monday Night Football. You are this, that, and the third. And then you come out like, why are you even putting and then you put it on paper. Then you put it on paper, not paper, email, which is even easier to track. You fucking
it's worse than paper. You could burn paper. You can't burn emails.
But that's paper trail.
Like you put it on email, which is easier to fucking track. And then to top it off, you want to be all high and mighty like you run the fucking NFL, but in 10 years, you made the playoffs twice. And you only won a Super Bowl because you run that shit off of Tony Dungy.
Yes.
Shout out to Tony Dungy.
Hey, look at. Here's another thing. How are you gonna hate on and he makes homophobic remarks, and then oh shit, you got the first openly gay player to ever get on the field on your team. That alone. On Sunday, that guy was like, man, fuck this guy.
You know what's crazy, Bogarts, is that he, in one of those emails, he made a comment about how the Rams drafted the first openly gay player in excuse me if I'm getting his name. I think it's Michael Sam.
I think it is Michael Sam's.
But he fucking, as far as saying they drafted a queer, damn, he went throwback. He said queer.
Yeah.
So yeah, even just the one person, on the team. I mean, what did he do? Didn't he donate a bunch of money to some like kind of some kind of LGBTQ some kind of charity or something? But it was a huge story, like in the offseason, they made a big point about that. And yeah, you already know.
He knew.
Check it. This is funny, right? Right, check it. I went to Walmart this morning. I had to go do some shopping, right?
Walmart, give me money.
At Walmart, give me money, bro. That's the spot.
They got money, bro. They can
as I'm pulling out of the lot, and I'm jumping on the road, there's cars coming into the lot, and I guess one guy was driving too slow, and I heard a dude said, "Bam, bam, bam, yo, move it, faggot." Me personally, I chuckled. I said, damn, like that's some, like that's
like yelling the N-word, bro.
I was like, yo, me personally, I chuckled. I said, that's funny, but like, I don't know what's the extent of you using this, because like, you don't know who you're saying this to, right? Like, you're just yelling the fucking word out just because you're an idiot, right? Listen. John Gruden goes out and says it. Like, in the civilian world, I'm thinking this. Now, think about how I think about it if a fucking NFL coach says some shit like this.
You know what, too? I want to add again that he sucks as a coach. Because if he was good, you would see all these players like, man, it sucks because he was a great coach, but, he has to be a better person. No, everyone's like, yo, fuck him. Get rid of him anyway. Hell yeah. They're like, I knew something was wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? I bet you that's what everyone's saying now in that locker room. Like, yeah, I always knew that he was funny. I always knew.
I firmly believe
we've seen all those like when he was mic'd up and shit back in the day. Like, I mean, all he was doing is just talking mad shit to the
yelling.
Well, that's the defense. Their defense to him was that everyone knows that all he did was talk shit on people. That's their defense.
But that shit gets tired, like especially when you suck at your fucking job. Like I like when Michael Jordan, when he would talk shit to some of the players around him, and he's the best player in the world, you can get away with it. But like, I'm trying to think of someone who's like a real scrub.
No, you hit it right on the nail. No, and it right there. Michael Jordan will go out there and be like, "Yo, bro, you got some skill, but like, I'm gonna trash you," and do it. This guy was just going out there like, yeah, I'm the shit. I'm the best. But like, bro, you're not even top 10 of like winningest coaches in the NFL. Like, suck a dick.
We already said it. We already said it earlier. He inherited that damn Bucks team, didn't do anything, and just got lucky to play against his old team, and he knew him inside and out.
Yeah, and the Raiders organization is still stupid as fuck.
I need to get my weed.
Listen, the Raiders organization is dumb as fuck. And I want to underline this and pound this point down, is that you can never trust a man by his choice of haircut when it's a bowl cut. That means that guy doesn't make wise decisions in life. And that's John Gruden. And you know who else rocks a bowl cut? Mark Davis. They're all doomed.
All idiots rocking the Lloyd Christmas throwback haircut.
Ruined.
And Robert, oh yeah, he said, what's good, gentlemen? My opinion is Gruden isn't the only one. He just got caught. We already know that he's not the only one. But now I guess what sucks is, I mean, unless they got some other people, you know, who might get their feet held to the fire. I mean, I guess some people aren't that stupid. Who knows what's said? But now with all the social media and all the camera phones and everything and just technology, like if you leave a paper trail or you get caught on video or something, like, yeah, you just need to be like shamed, you know, just to the highest extent, man. Like, fuck all that.
Even when they hired him, I was like, I don't think he was deserving of that contract. I don't think he should have been back in the league. I think, like I said, he was way past his prime. He shouldn't even been in the league.
Listen, Mark Davis rocks a bowl cut. He consciously chooses this. He's an idiot. You know what he said? Let's bring back the nostalgia of John Gruden. What was the nostalgia of John Gruden? That you guys traded him.
You're a racist.
And then
there's an Illuminati in the NFL.
If I was a
rich people that they get to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, but listen. We could say Illuminati all day, right? But listen. That's conspiracy talk. The facts is this guy's a racist piece of shit, bigot, bowl cut wearing, throwback wannabe nostalgia. You can't be washed up if you never were. Fuck that guy. Shout out to Jerry Rice. When they got Jerry Rice, and Jerry Rice made Rich Gannon good. Get the fuck all that. Shout out to Tim Brown too. Other than that, Chucky wasn't doing nothing over there. Fuck him.
Yeah, and the last thing that I'm going to say is someone was like, oh, yeah, that was from like 10 years ago, like 2011. I don't give a shit unless it was from like back in like the 80s, 70s, you know, or some shit that's that old that is that out of sight, out of mind. We're talking 10 years ago.
He's 58.
Yeah, like he gets this 10-year contract and he's been out for how long?
Oh, they thought because he called the Monday night games and got to meet with all these teams, be in the locker room for years, that he was
not to mention, I never even noticed this, and I kind of want to look at the receipts and like look up the old video footage of this. But apparently, during that old Buccaneers title run with him, when they went to raise the fucking title, the Lombardi Trophy, you know, the GM went to go raise the trophy, and he like snatched it out of his hands.
He knew that was the only time he was gonna get to do that. Never again.
He snatched it out of his hands and was like, nah, this is my trophy kind of shit.
John Gruden is a snatch. Next topic.
That's what Keyshawn Johnson said. And if Keyshawn Johnson said that during the Super Bowl run, I believe him.
All right, let's get to it. Let's get to Bogey's 49ers. So this news came out yesterday after the show that Trey Lance has a left knee sprain. So he hasn't been ruled out for Sunday or anything, but
Colin Kaepernick is hurt.
He's definitely not good to go.
Colin Kaepernick's hurt.
I think we're lying again. I think because we never had a Jimmy injury, and if we did, it wasn't bad. We got a good look at Lance, wasn't good. And now they're saying in order to save face as an organization, because you know how stupid it is to be like, all right, Lance, you played bad. You don't Sam Darnold him. You know that. You know what I'm talking about. You don't.
How dare you?
No, I'm saying like where they started Sam Darnold, then benched him, then started him again, then benched him. You know what I mean? You don't do that to the rookie. You know what I'm saying? You don't. You know who's another example they did that to? Okay, how about this? When Russell Wilson beat out Matt Flynn, if he plays back, you don't bench Russell Wilson. This is
beating out Matt Flynn is not a fucking battle.
Listen,
Matt Flynn is the biggest fugazi that's ever played in the NFL.
Hey, beating out Matt Flynn for a starting job is not. That's like Sam Darnold getting a starting job off of being the fucking number 3 pick, and they're gonna have to battle nobody.
Did you beat Zach? Did you beat Zach?
Oh, I smashed him. Yo, bro, so check it out. Check it out. Real quick. So we go into the matchup, right? And I told Zach, I'm going to bench Herbert and start Sam Darnold. Just to troll you. Bro, Herbert dropped 50 fucking points in my fantasy league. I was
number 1 scoring QB on the week.
I was shitting my fucking bed because Darnold goes out and plays like Sam Darnold, and he shits the bed. But I had enough points, so I'm like, all right, I got it. Then I'm like, shit, Barkley's playing. If he goes off, I lost. Barkley ends up fucking, by the grace of God, tweaks his ankle, goes out, and I end up beating Zach still by like 25 points because someone on my team, I forgot who it was off.
Don't not play Herbert, right? You know what I'm saying?
No, but I didn't. No. That's what I know. So Zach tried to defend himself. He said, "Oh, but Barkley was hurt. I should have beat you." I said, "Zach, I purposely told you before the matchup. I am trolling you that no way in hell would I ever bench Herbert ever in any league, but I'm going to bench him to beat you so you feel the pain." He was like, "But Barkley was hurt. But Barkley was hurt."
Let's get back to Lance. Lance, listen, it's a knee sprain. He's probably not going to play, and we're going to see Jimmy. And if it's not a knee sprain, I think we still see Jimmy. This kid wasn't ready. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate. We can make excuses for him. He doesn't have Kittle. He doesn't have Alex Mack. Trent Williams is banged up. You know, he has zero rapport with his receivers. Yeah. I mean, we could say all that because those are all true. But the fact of the matter is he's just not ready, bro.
Want to hear the craziest trade ever real quick? It was in the 3 QB, one of the 3 QB leagues that I play in where you can start 3 QBs. So they're on an extra.
Damn, that means the QBs go off the board quick.
Oh yeah, extra like premium, like if you've ever seen a premium position. And so this dude was really hurting for QBs, and he traded CMC straight up for Trey Lance, and it was because he also had Jimmy G, and he was like, well, as long as I get that. Well, I think there was a running back in there, but it was such a trash running back that it doesn't even matter.
You don't handcuff QBs. What the fuck?
He thought that Jimmy was really hurt.
Yeah.
That's wild. My thing is real quick. One, does Trey Lance not just remind everyone of Colin Kaepernick? Like, can we just put it out there that Trey Lance is Colin Kaepernick 2.0? That if Colin Kaepernick did not kneel, he would have been the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers for a couple more years. I'm not saying franchise type that he's winning Super Bowls, but he would have been the starting quarterback. That man is literally Colin Kaepernick 2.0. The man threw great completion percentage, check down throws with a few deep throws.
Listen,
barely under 200 yards, but he goes 12 rushes for fucking 60 yards. Like, he's Colin Kaepernick 2.0.
Listen. Though I'll agree to an extent, but the one thing I will say, outside of being mobile QBs that he has similar with Kaepernick, is the fact that he has one speed when he throws the ball, just cannon. You know what I mean?
He's got no touch on
the ball. The only difference I would put between Colin Kaepernick and Trey Lance is that Colin Kaepernick took you to the fucking Super Bowl.
Listen, bro.
That's what I'm putting the difference on.
Listen, that's
what I'm putting the difference. Besides that, they're the goddamn same person, but they wanted to run that motherfucker out the goddamn NFL for taking a kneel on some shit that made no fucking sense.
Let's not open that box, because in a nutshell, the league the league didn't want to
That's what I
support.
said.
Listen. The league didn't want to support people that were fighting social injustice. You know why? Because
they support John Gruden.
Because it hurt their bottom line. But the moment it helps their bottom line, then nowadays they're all about that shit. So Kaepernick became a martyr for what the times were.
But all in all, going back to the whole Niners Trey Lance thing, I do believe that Jimmy G comes back and he should be the starter. He should be the starter. Trey Lance does need more time to develop. He has shown great traits. Like I said, Colin Kaepernick was not the problem there.
Listen, Kaepernick got to the Super Bowl because of the defense too, bro.
Like, and what the fuck you're writing right now? The fucking
hold on. You can't just make a broad statement like that. That's too broad of a statement. When the fact of the matter is, Jimmy just took us to the Super Bowl a couple years ago. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just be like, Trey Lance is a far superior quarterback than Kaepernick is right now. But he, just like Kaepernick, he has one speed on his throat, extra mustard, 90 miles an hour all day. No touch on his pass. But I will say by season 4, as a starter, with Chip Kelly, Kaepernick started to develop that little touch pass, but it was already too late because I'm
just saying. I think Jimmy G would come back and be the starter, and Trey Lance needs more time to develop because he does have the potential to run that offense and does what he needs to do. It's just not this year.
The way that everything played out with Jimmy G and how we didn't even really see an injury. He just, they just say that he's questionable to return to the game, and everything leads me to believe, like Bogard said, maybe they're lying, but maybe this is the excuse to get Jimmy G, back in there. And Bogard said it from the beginning. If Jimmy doesn't get hurt, Jimmy's going to play. And I think that's always been the plan. So if Jimmy's ready to go, I think that this is just a good excuse for them to get him back in there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, this is not Trey Lance's year.
Yeah. It never was.
Let's switch it up. Enough 49ers talk. Let's switch it back up to CEH. Hollywood asked about him earlier. So he officially got put on IR. They signed Elijah McGuire to the practice squad, much of nothing right now. And Daryl Williams, I mean, for me, the number one waiver wire pickup. What do you guys think?
Williams is a great pickup. Williams was the guy right before Edward Helaire was drafted. He was splitting time with, I forgot
Damian Williams,
who the other back was. But that's a great pickup. He's gonna split a lot of time though. He's gonna split a lot of time with whoever the other back was.
He was never the guy, but he was always the steady guy who never got hurt. Because Damian Williams was the guy, but he would get hurt all the time. And Daryl Williams is better than decent at pass pro. So he's immediately going to be this guy next up, not Jerick McKinnon. But, and listen, if they were so confident in Jerick McKinnon, they wouldn't bring in a Jerick McKinnon type, which is Elijah, what's his name?
Elijah McGuire.
Yeah.
And then Hollywood heard the Chiefs are interested in Marlon Mack too. Yeah. So, I mean, we've been waiting to see where Marlon Mack is going to go.
I say the Seahawks. I
don't know if the Colts would make a move on him just yet. They like the combo between him and Taylor.
They already talked about how they're shopping them, and Marlon Mack requested a trade.
Yeah, we covered this.
I guess that wasn't a Tuesday or a Thursday when we covered it last week, or maybe the week before.
Yeah, I think. Listen, if Marlon Mack goes there, it ain't nothing but depth. It's Daryl Williams, and because he's the guy they need someone they can trust. And at the same time, too, man, it's really just a low end RB2 play to me, in my opinion, every week, because they're just gonna throw the ball more. And which we want that anyway.
And real quick, Cole, I see your questions popping up. We're not taking any trade questions or start sit questions or anything like that. That stream is a little bit later tonight at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. If you want to get some questions answered right now in regards to that, just drop it as a super chat. We got you. If it's anything about news, though, throw it in there. That's what we're covering on this show. All right. And so how about Kenny Gallaudet? Man.
Dude, you know what? You want to skip this topic? You know why? Because I lost the fantasy game because the motherfucker gave me 0 points. He gave me 0. Yo, I lost literally by like 7 or 8 points because he dropped a 0.
Well, I
could have started Michael Carter as my flex from the Jets and won my fantasy.
Man, bro, you got to make those decisions. So Kenny Gallaudet, he hyperextended his knee. He avoided major injury, though. Didn't give a timetable for the return or anything, but no torn ACL or anything like that. And then Saquon, gotta mention him. So he's gonna miss a week or 2 with that ankle injury.
A week or 2? You want to lie about that? That he's gonna get about 4 weeks. You see, he need to do it a moose knuckle on his ankle.
They're gonna throw him. They throw him on IR if he's gonna miss 4 weeks. They already came out and said that it's gonna be a week, maybe 2. There's a possibility
that man had the hunchback of Notre Dame fucking on his ankle. Like he had the hump of fucking Quasimodo on his ankle.
Bruh.
He's already gotten a handful of shots. That's been taken care of.
You know what though? I'll say this.
So wait, really quick. My bad to cut you off. But I was saying Devontae Booker, that's the guy to pick up. Going to be high in the waiver wire. So if you're hurt on running back or you had an injury, better put in a waiver claim. Go ahead, Bogey.
Man, Kenny G sucks. Drop him.
Oh my God, they killed Kenny.
I'm saying it, bro.
He said, "Oh my God, they killed Kenny."
Yeah, he's dead again. Hey, you know what's dope about Kenny Gallaudet? If you have him, you'll get to have joy of watching him die repeatedly because he is Kenny, bro.
Bro, I'm literally like, after that, I looked at him. I said, "Bro, you're gonna watch my team win or lose or from the bench." From the bench, because obviously no one's going to take you. Like no one.
I'm so mad that I got him in a couple dynasty leagues. It was in like the 10th or 11th round, so it was super late. But yeah, he's been nothing but a disappointment, and I think you're never going to be able to trade him.
In redraft leagues, here's the move in redraft: cut him, and because he's a landmine now. Let the next man swoop him up and think they got something good. Even if they can put him in the IR if he's out or whatever the fuck, because he'll never be nothing. He's Kenny. He's dead.
That upset me. I'm like, damn. Like that's one thing. That entire Giants game, like just injury after injury after injury after injury. Like Kadarius Toney even comes out and fucking balls out, and then does something so stupid as to throw a punch. Throws a punch, bro. You're a rookie. Let your veterans take care of that business. Stay on the field. Stay on the field.
Why do people always try to punch the helmet? Slap the ear hole.
Thank you, Bogard.
Anything. Punch him in their stomach. Punch him in their chest.
Like ear holes.
Come on.
Come on.
You got to double clap the ear holes. Bow.
Mm-hmm.
And before we get into another piece of news, Hollywood said, who's your guys' MVP right now?
Bogart, who's your MVP?
Derrick Henry.
What?
Oh, you talking about in fantasy or in reality? I'll say.
How about we give our fantasy and reality MVP? There we go.
Fantasy, it's Derrick Henry, and in reality, it's Justin Herbert. He has 3 come from behind victories this year. He leads the league in that. That's it.
So I'm gonna say fantasy. I'm gonna follow up with Bogarts and Derrick Henry, but in reality. And I literally want to throw up as I say this out of my mouth. It is Tom Brady.
That's
not Tom Brady.
Come on, because that's the truth. If you want to know, if you ask me, MVP means you remove that person and they all go to shit. You take
it's Tom Brady. Yeah, but now if you want to add in who's in
hold on, hey, you pick one. Leave some meat on the bone.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you already know that it's Derrick Henry right now for fantasy. He's just been killing the game. But we're all going with someone different. I'm going with Josh Allen, the Stallion.
Dude, that was my initial pick. That was you said right now, like my all-time, like before the season, I said Josh Allen's winning the MVP.
Right now, but the question is right now.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And, after just going into Arrowhead, and I know Herbert did that, but recency bias, it is what it is too.
Hey, listen, Herbert, the reason why I'm picking Herbert slightly over Allen right now is because the come from behind victories, like he has 3 of them right now. Like I like Josh Allen because they're killing fools and they just keep pouring it on him.
I want to feed on Josh Allen with fantasy football hustler over here. Like, can we now? Because so when the start of the season, I'm breaking down the tape. I even said it. I said Josh Allen's winning MVP, and the Bills are making the Super Bowl, and they're gonna beat the Chiefs. And everyone kept saying I was fucking shit in the bed, and I'm fucking stupid, and I don't know football. Can
the Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl?
The Bills are the shit. I was on record saying that they were going to be in the top 4 teams when it was all said and done, and really, it's any given Sunday with those top teams. But yeah, I said that the Bills were going to lose to the Chiefs, and I don't think it was on this show where we were calling you stupid because that's
no, not you guys. I had other platforms, not you guys. I love you guys. You guys always we debate. We don't call each other stupid.
It's me casa su casa with y'all. Come on. We love y'all. Hey, but how about this? Going back to the Josh Allen thing. Like they got the most complete team though. You know what I mean? Maybe in the entire AFC. And then I would say in the NFC, I'd say the Cardinals maybe, bro, are like the most complete team. Defense, offense.
I mean, if we're talking someone, from the NFC, Kyler, he's going to be up there. He's killing the game right now.
Yeah.
I had a quick discussion with a buddy of mine yesterday, actually. And, Kyler Murray. So, David, since now you're asking who other else can be MVP, now I'm going to tell you, a hustler. If it's not Tom Brady, I had Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Kyler Murray, and Prescott as the top 4 for MVPs.
It really depends on, with Prescott, they have such a bad, I don't know. I guess the defense has been doing all right because, it has been bad. But
Trayvon Diggs.
Okay.
Diggs,
I
right?
forgot.
Yo, that man is nasty.
Hey, I forgot how good Dallas's defense has been playing. They are the 1A and the 1B, the Cardinals and the boys, as far as complete teams on both sides of the ball. Like Dallas is clicking right now. They can run the ball.
No, if you take Diggs out, who is a shutdown corner, if you take him out, that defense is shit still. It's Diggs. Diggs got 6 picks in 5 games.
Well, because
he shuts down an entire section of the field.
Exactly.
They're trying to call him Diggs Island, which I'm fighting that right now. You don't earn the title of Island in 4 fucking games. Revis Island wasn't an island in one season.
Oh, there's only one island, and that's Revis Island. And there's only one prime.
I respect that, though. I respect that, Bogard.
And there's only one prime, and that's prime time. Because they're trying to call him new prime, and I don't like that shit.
No.
Right? There's no island. First of all, Diggs Island don't even sound right.
And prime time was prime time because he was housing it. Every time that he was catching it, he was
What if we were calling it Revis time? You would feel salty, right?
Fuck yeah.
No, it's Revis Island, and that's it.
All right, let's get back to some news here. How about for the Steelers? So Juju Smith-Schuster, he's officially having surgery tomorrow. He's done for the season. We already knew that. They're signing Anthony Miller. That's their big pickup in replacing Juju. So everybody's safe at the top. But
he's gonna be so annoying because he's actually he could potentially take away from like a Najee because Ben can't throw it none but 3-4 yards down the field, and that's where Anthony Miller's gonna be all day. He's gonna get on the field like 40% snaps right out the gate. Watch.
Hell no, I hope not. That would be annoying if he gets 40%.
This is
stupid.
What they do, dog.
Well, we had Juju. Juju, like, he gets hurt, right? But you still got Johnson. You still got Claypool. Claypool has been starting to become more of a favorite of a chart. Yeah, Johnson is a solidified, like, a touchdown guy, and he's a possession guy. He'll get his catches in traffic. Claypool is starting to become like that guy on that team. Juju now, over the years, has been dwindling, and now the injuries just starting to put Claypool above him. So Juju going down is not going to affect the wide receiver core.
He led the league in touchdown receptions out of the slot last season, and he had the highest catch percentage out of all slot receivers. But you know what that tells me? He's a slot receiver. That's all he's ever going to be. I'm going to love it when he goes. I'm going to love seeing him next year in a New England Patriots jersey.
Claypool.
Well, Mac Jones?
He's about to be.
You mean with Tom Brady? Because Tom Brady's not over there.
Nah, with Mac Jones.
Yeah. And so Claypool, he's about to be like my lock of the week this week going up against the Seahawks. Like, he's about to smash. And we've seen, like, Deontay Johnson, I mean, the way that it's been working now, he's getting all the tough coverage. It was like at the second half of the season where Claypool was getting like the top cornerbacks and everything, and they kind of shut him down.
Who's over there? Quandre Diggs? Is that his name? The dude that
he's the safety, though.
He's playing safety.
My girl.
Actually, no,
I'm in my fantasy league.
Corner.
My girl's in my fantasy league, and she ended up drafting Juju and Claypool. And I told her, she was like, is that a bad move? And I'm like, no, because I'm telling you right now, all three of those receivers, Johnson, Claypool, and Juju Smith, can all put up numbers. One of them are going to go down, and if you got two of the three, you're in a good position.
So Quandre's the free safety, and then it's DJ Reed and Sidney Jones, the fourth, that are the top two cornerbacks there. That's why everybody's eating.
Yeah. For real, because Diggs is their best on paper, and he sucks. Like, Johnson's gonna eat too. I like this for both of them. I mean, like,
everybody eats. This is like paid in full. Everybody eats. Like when you go against the Seahawks, everybody eats.
Except for Anthony Miller. I was trolling earlier.
That's not gonna be a thing week one. But that'd be funny if he started getting 40% of the snaps. I don't think he'd be getting 40% of any kind of touches.
Listen,
or nowhere near.
Team, bruh. There's a reason they pass him around, bruh.
So right now, I believe the Seahawks, they're giving up, it looks like the fifth most points to wide receivers.
Damn, I'm playing against Deontay Johnson in a grip of leagues this week.
Damn, he's about to eat. He
is.
Are you so what you're telling me is that they're missing Richard Sherman?
They don't have Richard Sherman. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. The Seahawks give up the most. They're giving up that much. So I'm trolling. So they're missing.
They would still be doing the same. Richard Sherman in his life after the Seahawks, he's just giving up splash plays, bro.
That's it. All right. And then let's see here. We got, Dallas Goddard. He's on the COVID reserve right now. He's in the protocol. I believe he's vaccinated, so I think he has to have 2 negative tests or something, and then he can come back like 2 days in a row or something like that. Damn. But we shall see. We shall see later in the week. But if he doesn't play this week, you got to fire up Zach Ertz because they are going up against
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are giving up the bootay to the tight ends right now. And Levante David is hurt. I don't know if he's going to miss this week or anything, but another reason why you got to fire up the tight ends versus Tampa Bay.
Yes,
Thursday.
Hey, I like that game to shoot out. Let's hope Tom Brady's actually okay, because I feel like, man, they're going to come out and run that thing.
Tom Brady is messing with them, whatever he's doing, like wrapping his thumb all crazy to go to a press conference. That just sounds like he's doing stuff to make headlines to get people thinking that he is hurt or hurt extra, or something.
I don't know, man. Avocados are one hell of a.
No, Tom Brady has been on the ultimate 40-year-old fucking rampage. Like nothing. There's nothing. He's immune to everything. Everything.
He's never used rubbers, bruh.
It's because his wife says that she's a witch, but lucky for Tom, she's a good witch.
I don't know what voodoo shit that she's doing, or they satanic shit that whatever it is, whatever.
It's all those crystals. Did you hear about it? She's like a crystals guru. She heals them up and everything.
Whatever magical lamp that he found, Tom Brady, like he's like, it fucking sucks.
That's it right there. That's why he's so good. He found a lamp. I fucking knew it, man.
He found a lamp with Robin Williams as the genie, right?
Giselle is the genie, like from that show back in the day.
Yeah, 3 wishes be. And he's like, you know what? I'm fucking the genie.
He was like, 1, I want to model as a wife. 2, I want to like play till I'm 50. And 3, while I play till I'm 50, I want anything from like 5 to 10 Super Bowls.
That's the only way that we can explain it. That's it.
And I'm pretty sure all 3 wishes have been granted.
Yeah, if not twice over already.
I feel like there's been a large weight lifted off my shoulders, like because I just realized that's exactly what it is, bro. He found the fucking lamp, bro. I've been looking for that shit.
We can all make now. We can all make sense of this.
Yes.
All right, another piece of news here for the Titans. So AJ Brown was limited in the snap counts last week, and the coaches say that he's hopeful that he's gonna play more snaps this week, not full snaps, but more snaps this week. And they got the Bills, and he's got Trey White, who's gonna be covering him. I mean, Trey White's like the premier. Like, whatever you think Trayvon Diggs is, like when it comes to shutting down wide receivers, Trey White is that dude.
Yes, and listen, that's why A.J. Brown is going to learn like he has before, and just like every other receiver before him, he get hit with the whiteout.
And you know what's crazy? If he does play, I feel like he probably gets – because you know what's the thing about White? As great as a pass defender he is, he likes to bring the fucking power and the punch. He likes to hit. He likes to hit. And everybody knows Brown. He is fragile.
But he's
fragile.
But he's also like a tank himself. It's just like it's one of those tanks made of carbon fiber.
With Julio Jones still out, and all they gotta do right now is focus on what we can say maybe a 70% AJ Brown.
Yeah, and then really they don't even have to do much there. You just hit them with the whiteout, and then then they could stack the box. For real.
I wouldn't like I told my girl, I was like, I mean, maybe a flex. I told my girl maybe a flex, but I would probably recommend, because she's heavy on wide receivers in her lineup. I said I would recommend, if anything, start someone else.
If you play in a 10-team league or less and you only start 2 wide receivers, you're sitting AJ Brown. If you're in a 12-team league or higher, yeah, he's a flex at best.
Motherfucker.
It really depends on who you got. Yeah. But
we're in a 12 team. But we do 2 receivers, but she's also heavy in receivers. She has Claypool, she has AJ Brown, she has Cooks, she has Juju, she has Allen. Like, she's heavy in receivers.
That means AJ Brown is her best option. With all those names you named. AJ Brown best option for real, because Robinson is I would say Robinson, but he ain't done it yet. He basically done as much as AJ Brown has.
I never said Robinson.
So a couple pieces of news that just came in. One came in about Tom Brady, limited today with a thumb injury that he calls bruised. Says it's sore, but he's playing Thursday. Again, like, people are gonna make a huge deal about this, but he's good to go.
He's going to throw another 5 fucking touchdowns for 400 yards. I don't know why Tom Brady's just going out there and he's just fucking yakking it up. Like, just yards on yards on yards. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, they're not even trying to run the ball anymore. They're trying to outdo Patty Mahomes' air game.
Now, they won't know on Gronk until tomorrow. So make sure you tap back in on Fantasy News today. We're going to be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And, we don't know if Gronk's going to play. I mean, his ribs are all jacked up.
I'm saying he's out. There's no way he plays.
He had 3 broken ribs, a punctured lung. Like, yeah, we got to be thinking that he's going to be out. Chandler Jones, now for the Arizona Cardinals defense, landed on the COVID reserve list due to a positive test. Okay, so he's out. I guess I'm not sure if he tests positive or not, like how that works.
Is he vaccinated?
I'm assuming he's vaccinated.
I'm pretty sure Chandler Jones is vaccinated. It is a huge hit on that D line of Arizona, but with JJ Watt and the way he can just give that veteran presence to the rest of the D, I think they'll be all right until he comes back. What, it's gonna be a couple games, maybe 2 or 3 games.
Nah, it'd be like 1 game.
Maybe. Okay, so whatever it is, I think they'll be okay with JJ Watt.
Listen,
JJ Watt, even if he's not like prime JJ Watt, he knows how to run a defense.
They got a date with the Cleveland Browns, bro. Like, they're gonna run it all the way down their throat.
Who's Hot Rod, Davis? He said Hot Rod with a hip injury. Whose nickname is Hot Rod?
Is Hot Rod Rod Smith, the 3rd string running back from the Panthers?
David, who is Hot Rod? But throw it in there.
Or maybe, yeah, because that's the only Rod. I mean,
another piece of news, got 2 more here. John Brown signing with the Broncos, getting signed to the practice squad.
I like it, but I don't know how he's going to play there. He has the sickle cell trait, and Denver has crazy elevation. I don't know how that's going to work. That's crazy.
Maybe he only plays in away games.
But I mean,
if you see how Kyrie's going with the New Jersey Nets, I'm still calling them the New Jersey Nets because I don't like them in Brooklyn. They won't allow players to play half games.
Well, Rodrigo Blankenship. That's what he's talking about. The kicker. That's why I definitely don't know him as Hot Rod. Kickers suck, bro. I hate talking about
Mr. Goggles.
Hold on.
He has those freaking bifocal goggle shit.
My favorite kicker right now. Not even anything about fantasy, just because he comes out, he's wearing the goggles. He looks hella funny. He's hella small, and like he does like.
I'm thinking he can fucking figure out fucking time and space with them goggles.
Bruh, I'm like, you're not supposed to miss anything with them goggles.
And all he's been doing is shanking them.
Real. He needs to change the setting on his goggles. It looks like he's wearing like
it looks like he could just click them, like click, click, click. All right, now I got him right. Now I got it right. Oh man, I just got it in the wrong. I had it in the wrong shit. I was blurry. I saw triple fucking uprights and shit. I had to click it to fucking the right end.
All right, and then last piece of news here before we get up out of here. Tua is being designated to return from IR. This is the first week that he can return. He's taking the reins back because Jacoby Brissett, he's really got no upside like at all to him. The brisket himself. Go ahead, Bogey. What's your thoughts on Tua coming back? And they play.
They play in London.
They play in London.
There's another London match. There's another London match.
Those big blokes are going up against the Jaguars.
That's this weekend, right?
This weekend.
Yeah.
All right. So I know last weekend was the Jets and the Falcons, and I didn't know how many. What is it? These are the only 2 London matches, or there's another one?
I think this is the only 2, right? Or is it? Because they normally do 3.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, but you know what's crazy is the Dolphins. They don't even get their bye week after. They got to come back and play the next week after that.
Oof.
And I'm gonna check on the Jaguars.
That's crazy.
And the Jaguars have to play the next week also.
On
Halloween. Getting real spooky.
What's spooky about them losing another game?
They're about to go up against the Seahawks on Halloween. That could get real spooky.
Is that?
Oh man, maybe Trevor Lawrence comes out and fucking balls out and beats the Seahawks.
He needs to come out like and play like Sunshine from Remember the Titans, get that pitch going. Couldn't make that pitch until the very end, but maybe he comes out, starts making that pitch, and maybe they win one on Halloween get something real spooky going.
Is Halloween on a Sunday this year?
That's
some weird shit.
I'm assuming so. They're the only game that I looked at. Yep, it is.
Cool. Okay, so he's gonna come out dressed as Jeebus, bruh. Jeebus Christ, bruh. I'm telling you. Trevor Lawrence. And Urban Meyer's next too, bro. He's gone. They're gonna get his ass soon. I bet you.
So do we think, are they gonna go 0-17? They gonna break the record? We think it's gonna be the Lions. We think anybody goes 0-17.
I think eventually someone goes 0-17. I don't think it would be the Jaguars this year, even though everyone can joke about it right now. I think because if you look at the Jaguars, even though they're losing, they're throwing up points. They're throwing up at least, anywhere from 18 to 22 points a game. Trevor Lawrence is throwing up, 20 to 25 fantasy points a game, which, it's not, oh my God, I want to start Trevor Lawrence, but he's a good backup quarterback to have on the bench because he's going to give you something if someone's going to shit the bed or if you need someone to plug in.
Here's their schedule. I'll just read it off, and you can tell me if there's any wins in here for the Jaguars. Got the Dolphins, then the Seahawks, Bills, Colts, 49ers, Falcons, Rams, Titans, Texans, Jets, Patriots, Colts.
Man, they might.
I can see three. I can see 3 wins.
The Texans,
the Jets.
I can see the Jets, Texans, and if you run it by again one more time, I could probably call it out the other one. But I say 3 wins.
The Texans have actually been beating fools up, even in losses.
The Texans are shocking me too. You're right, Bogart.
It's that defense though. Lovie Smith.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Lovie. He's back.
Killing the game, and you see what happens when because they don't have really. They got to
imagine if Deshaun Watson was still the QB.
They got a few new additions to that defense, but it's a lot of the same cast of characters, and it's just you get rid of the cancer in that organization, and now people want to play.
Yeah. Imagine if Deshaun Watson was the QB.
They'd be killing it.
Listen, man. I like Judge Davis Mills Lanes. He's more fun right now.
Let's get it on.
Get it on.
I got to get that sound drop. He had a good game.
Let's get it on.
That'll be if he has one more good game. If he has a good game this week, I'll get the sound drop for him. Then it'll be worth the time.
Just every time we mention his name, fuck it, hit the Mills Lanes drop.
All right. So
never see him do anything good again?
They go up against the Colts this week. You think he's going to be worth getting a sound drop for going up against the Colts?
Defenses against.
What?
I'm still baffled. Maybe it's because it's the Lovie Smith and the buddy. What's his name? Cuddy, whatever his name is, bro. What's his name? The head coach, Cuddy.
You're the coach guy. You're the coach guy.
But he's from the Ravens, so you got a Ravens guy. You got a fucking world-renowned former head coach, Lovie Smith. They stifled.
I want to know what that record is.
The record is 22-7 against rookies. So
no. I'm saying the Jags about to break the record for most losses in a row,
which was held by the Bucks. How many losses in a row was that? JC Money Design coming through about to drop some stats for the show.
Didn't they lose 26 in a row? Something like that.
We'll let JC Money Design throw it in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, they might be that squad that does that. The Lions, if we're just talking about worst of the worst this year, and the Lions, they haven't been, they don't look like the worst, but their record is showing.
17. Who do they play week 17?
The Packers.
Week 18.
That is week 18, my bad. It's the Seahawks in week 17.
If the Packers are already sewed up into the playoffs and they don't and say they got the bye week, they won't play their starters. That's the game the Lions win. and then they do something stupid as fuck, where it's like they can guarantee a number one pick, but instead they want the locker room morale that really doesn't mean shit for the organization.
Well,
Right.
here's the thing. If we were calling it as of right now, Packers aren't the number one seed. You only got one team that gets that bye. That's it. Just one. It ain't two anymore.
If they were, I'm saying in this scenario, otherwise, I'm saying they go winless.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because, listen, man, shout out to Darren Campbell, bro. Listen, this guy's a maniac, bro. Like, he's real passionate. Like, he literally cried. Like, I felt for the guy. At the same time, I laughed hella hard. Because, like, it's just like the Lions are cursed. This is what, the same thing that used to happen to the Chargers all the time. You know what I mean?
Let's read this. Let me read off their schedule, and then we'll do some shout-outs, and then we'll get out of here. So you got the Bengals this week, then the Rams, Eagles, Steelers, Browns, Bears, Vikings, Broncos, Cardinals, Falcons, Seahawks, Panthers.
Whose schedule is that?
That's the Lions.
That's the Lions. I mean, the Falcons looks like the only winnable game that they got on the slate.
But hold on, but the Falcons got corduroy pimping.
Oh, yeah.
So what you're telling me is that Jared Goff is Dan Orlovsky.
Jared Goffel. That's what we call him on this show.
He's Dan Orlovsky.
He's Jared from Subway. He's all of them. Fuck him.
Yeah, this is going to be bad. And everybody's hurt over there, too.
Hey, listen.
Except Amon-Ra St. Brown. Right, Bogey? Pick him up.
St. Brown. Swift Williams splitting back rolls and Hawkinson is all you can kind of rely on.
Yeah, but Hawkinson hurt too. That right now is what we're saying too. They're all banged up. It's really the running backs, and now like Amon-Ra St. Brown becomes interesting because he's the only one like that's standing like on his own too right now. Just like literally like just on his 2 feet because everybody else is hurt.
Literally everybody else is banged up, including TJ Hawkinson, Quintez Cephas. If you guys didn't hear last week, out with broke his collarbone. Tyrell the Gazelle. No, he still never came back.
Nah.
Who knows if he ever will? And yeah, so it's addition by subtraction. Amon-Ra St. Brown is all they got.
He's a legend, and he's legendary for doing this.
So JC Money Design, he said the next game that the Jags could possibly win is a Falcons game. Like we said, he said that puts them at 26 games. So this is wild. They could break some history here.
What's the record? 23 or
26 games.
I had it right. Look at it. Look at that. Look at the rain.
Right off the top of the dome. All right. Well, let's get up out of here. We're going to be back here tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Hector's going to be back here. He's here every Tuesday and Thursday. And Hector, shout him out. Let him know where to find you.
You already know, Hector. I said what I said. Breaking down the tape. Sponsored by Aviation American Gin. Brought to you by Ryan Reynolds.
Nice.
Bogey, let everybody who's watching on Facebook know where to find you at.
You can find me at the GMM Network. You can subscribe to the GMM Network on YouTube. Catch us here every day, 1 o'clock West Coast, 4 o'clock East Coast time. And check us out every Wednesday night, 6:30 West Coast time, 9:30 East Coast time for the Real Fantasy Playmakers What If series. We got a special guest, Joe Morley, coming through. We got Fornicator, one of our hosts coming back through. We got Steezy doubling back. Shout out to all the homies. And I might even have my man Dino Dolo. This is just one of my mans in real life, bro, because he's a diehard Raider fan. And like, of course, I called him trolling the fuck out of him. But he's a great dude. He runs highfeetculture.com. You can find him check him out at on IG. And I'm thinking about bringing him on, bro, because he want to blow it up. So you know what I mean? This shit might be scary.
Hell yeah, about to have a packed house tomorrow. And then you guys already know Fantasy Football Hustler. Just make sure you hop over to YouTube and subscribe there if you're not subscribed right now. At 2,000 subscribers, we're doing the Alex Highsmith Steelers jersey giveaway. So go bump up the numbers there. Make sure you turn on all the notifications because we're dropping heat multiple times a day. I just looked and went through the numbers. I dropped 92 videos in the last 30 days. So that's live streams and uploads. So we're killing the game, bringing you a grip of content. And tonight we got a surprise live stream. I'm going to be here on my channel streaming with the Fantasy Tyrant. Going to be smoking some weed. This guy's a savage. Going to be talking waiver wire questions, start sit questions, you know, and then just bullshitting about a bunch of fantasy stuff. So come tap in. That's tonight, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. And you guys better be back tomorrow because there's going to be a bunch of Wednesday news. There always is. We'll see you there. Peace out.
Peace.